Hi guys, I was on the Curly Nikki hair care forum and I was reading a thread about genie locks and yarn braids, and one poster was talking about how she uses Caron's Simply Soft yarn. And she talked about how the yarn was softer, how it was shinier, and while it was more expensive than the Red Heart yarn, in her opinion, it was a better yarn. So I was intrigued by this, and a couple of days after reading her post, I went to Michael's and I actually bought some Caron's Simply Soft yarn. I used it a couple of days ago to put in some yarn twist, and in this video I'm just sharing my observations about this yarn. The yarn is expensive. At Michael's, this much cost $4.29. I was fortunate that when I went to Michael's that day, the yarn was on sale, so I actually paid $2.99. As you can see, you get more with the Red Heart. With the Red Heart, this Super Saver bundle is $2.99. This is $4.29. So this yarn is definitely more expensive than the Red Heart. Caron's Simply Soft yarn is just that. It is simply soft. It is simply amazing, and I simply love how it feels. I cannot believe the difference in texture between the Red Heart and the Caron Simply Soft yarn. It's just amazing. And when I was twisting my hair using the Caron yarn, one thing I noticed right away is that it wasn't as abrasive on my fingers as the Red Heart, because when you're twisting, the yarn is rubbing in the same place repeatedly. With the Red Heart, after a certain period of time, my finger became really tender. Not bad, but something that I was acutely aware of. With the Caron Simply Soft yarn, I didn't really have that type of tenderness on my fingers like I do when I use the Red Heart yarn. Another thing that I noticed is that the Red Heart yarn has a thicker density than the Caron Simply Soft yarn. Why does that matter? Well, when I was twisting my hair, I was using 3 strands in the front. And if you look, it just seems flat. It's not really full. And my hair is never full because I don't do really small sections when I put in the yarn twist. But this is looking pretty thin. Pretty thin. So what I ended up doing was, when I noticed this, is that in the back I started using 4 strands of yarn. So if you want a plumper twist with the Caron Simply Soft yarn, you do have to use more strands of yarn for each twist, as opposed to the Red Heart, where you can use 3 strands and get a really nice plump twist. However, that being said, I kind of like the shape of the twist. It almost looks like Senegalese twist, because they're just smooth and shiny, and it almost looks like hair. I had this on my bed and it probably rolled around on the comforter a few times, but what I noticed is that it started to get really fuzzy. Now that concerns me because I don't want to have to worry about the yarn on my hair getting fuzzy. I mean, that comes with the territory. It will get a little fuzzy, but just from sitting on my bed and it gets this fuzz, I don't know. So I'm gonna monitor my hair in the 2 weeks I keep these in and check the fuzz level on the yarn. So far, day 3, it looks okay. Overall, my early first impressions, because I've only had this in for 3 days, I like it. I like it. So this is something that I think I will probably continue using in the future. We'll see how my hair holds up at the end of 2 weeks, and that will be, for me, the true test of whether or not I want to continue using this yarn. So I think that's it, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.